Good morning, morning light. Today is an auspicious day. We celebrate today 3 years of practicing together in the morning. 3 wonderful years. So we have something planned this morning. There are, I think, 15 members of our serviceship group, our serviceship team, and it's each day one of us brings an invitation to practice. And so 12 of us are here today and able to participate. Three of us are not here. I think Monica was planning to come from Vietnam. We'll see if she's able to come. So we're going to each invite a bell. We're going to each invite one bell. And that is our meditation today, is to be with the sound of the bell. So listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. The sound of the bell is my true home. Empty of a separate self, the heart of interbeing is, I am the sound of the bell. I am the bell. Practice the practice of no separation. I am the sound of the bell. I am the bell.
Good morning, dear friends. How sweet that we have this opportunity today to be together and to hear all of those bells. And it's such a beautiful symbol of what we are as Morning Light Sangha. So Michael and I would like to share a few comments about what this means for us, because we were the ones that got this started. So I'll go first, and then Michael will follow, if that's still okay with you, Mike. Okay. Well, the Buddha's teachings have been passed from generation to generation for 26 centuries. 26 centuries. And one of the primary teachings that the Buddha gave us is that spiritual friendship is the whole of our practice. And morning light is an expression of that. And this came from Mike's and my deep spiritual friendship that has lasted for many, many years. We started together as Sangha members, and then we became aspirants for ordination together, and then we were ordained together 18 years ago last week. It was our ordination anniversary. And we built Mountain Lamp and Mindfulness Community of Puget Sound, Two Palms Up, Anacortes Mindfulness Community, Morning Light Sangha, and Wise Caregiving. So we've been busy. We've been busy. Yeah. And one of the things that we have done, because we live in different parts of the world, we used to live together in Seattle, but then Mike moved to Palm Springs, I moved to Guimas Island, so we would sit together in the mornings online. And when the pandemic hit, we thought, hey, wouldn't that be fun if we invited some friends to join us? Well, look at this. Now we have 400 people on the mailing list for our sanghas. And that just kind of started because we thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to ask some friends to join us? And you did. Thank you. Thank you. What a joy. So Mike and I have wanted to share our love of spiritual friendship. And we just had no idea that it would manifest in this way. It's been so lovely. And our 3 years together as Morning Light Sangha is really the closest we've had to a daily monastic-like practice. Because we get to gather with you 6 mornings a week, and that, by the way, is about 936 sittings so far. That's a lot. And for me, when I come into the Zoomdo every day, I get to do the rituals that we would do if we were living in the monastery. I get to enter the Zoomdo. I get to bow and recite the gathas. I get to go to the altar and bow to my ancestors, light the incense. It has been so lovely for us to have this group as a way of deepening this daily practice with the practice form, which Mike will talk about a little bit later. So it's really been a joy for us. And one of the joys that's been coming up for us is how unique this is, that we get to be together despite our geographic dispersing. We have the miracle of the Zoomdo, and this is something brand new. So it's been challenging because we don't quite know how to practice in a Zoomdo like we do in a Zendo, but it's also been so great to get to know and practice with people from so many different places. I'm thinking of Gabe in Costa Rica. We've got people from France. We've got people from all over the U.S. and Canada. Yeah, it's been really, really so lovely. And as this has grown for us and these various sanghas that we've created, we needed a structure to hold them all together. So we created Radiant Light Zen. And some of you might not even know about Radiant Light Zen at all, and that's kind of our bad for not doing a better job of talking about what it is we're doing. But Radiant Light Zen comes from our ordination names. So we were ordained together, and Tai gave us very similar ordination names. I'm True Recollection of Radiance, and Mike is True Recollection of Light, so Radiant Light Zen. And Radiant Light Zen is the home for Morning Light, for Anacortes Mindfulness Community, for Two Palms Up, for Wise Caregiving, and together we are Radiant Light Zen. And recently we have invited Monica and Carla to bring their deep practice into the leadership of Radiant Light Zen. And so they're helping us to form the first caretaking council. And we're so happy that we have their wisdom and their years of practice to join us. So thank you, Monica and Carla. And ultimately, we want to invite all of you in to the joy of shared leadership. And there's lots of opportunities for that at Radiant Lights, so we can support each other through, no matter which of those sanghas we focus on, we have the ability to support the whole group together in a way that doesn't overburden any one of us. So feel free to look at our website, radiantlightzen.org, to learn more about it. So I just want to finish up by saying a few words about where Michael and I are. And unsurprisingly, we started together as young guys, and now we're old guys. And there's impermanence at play in our lives right now. And there is a changing of our bodies, a changing of our energy, a changing in our health. And we've ended up with more Sangha-related activities than we have the strength for. And we have unwisely exhausted ourselves. We have not seen this coming soon enough and taken action soon enough. So what we ultimately want after all these years of practice and supporting Sanghas is to share our practice in ways that are authentic for us and harmonious with where we are in our lives now. And so to do that, we're embracing a change for Morning Light, which is allowing the Sangha to step forward to lead, because we've been doing a lot of the leading. And there's so much benefit in that. We need all of us. We need all of our wisdom. And it seems as though that Mike and I, as founders, maybe the best thing we can do is to step back and allow you to step forward and to bring all of your wisdom and depth to supporting Morning Light and Radiant Light Zen. We don't want to be those founders that squish things because we can't let go. Yeah, that happens. So we're still imagining what these changes are. We just know that changes are happening for us, but we aren't really clear yet on how to face those changes, how to meet them. And so we invite you in to co-create these changes with us. We don't have the idea that we have all the answers and that we should tell you the edict. We want to invite you in to say, oh yeah, I can do this. This is my strength, and it'd be my joy to share. So we'll be having those conversations as we go. But we just want to acknowledge that impermanence is happening, and it's okay. And maybe it's all for the best, actually. So that's my few words about how we've gotten to where we've gotten and what it's like. Do you want to add anything to that, Mike, before you go on to the topics you wanted to cover? Great. Well, thank you all so much for being so dear and for holding me over these last couple months as I've taken a sabbatical. That's been really very helpful. And to know that the Sangha is continuing beautifully while I do that has been a real source of support for me. So thank you all. Mike, it's all yours, buddy.
Michael bowing in. So, how many are we? We're 49 today here. I think that may be a record. So one of the things I'd like to do is to have each of the service ship group, the people that we've invited in to leading in the morning, could each of you just kind of wave your hand so people know who you are? The lovely, wonderful group of people. John mentioned that we when we started this, we invited people that we'd been practicing with for 20 years in person, and people who know the form that we were taught, the form of our practice. And what do I mean by the form? The forms. What is the form? The practice form is nothing more than the Sangha's common agreements about how we'll practice together. And there's no one correct form, no universal form. Different Sanghas and Buddhist traditions practice in different forms, a wide variety of forms. So why do we have a particular form? Simple. So we all know what to do and when to do it. Together we agree to embrace the form, embody the form, hold the form. The teacher that several of us practiced with for many years would always say, hold the form and the form will hold you. She taught us to love the form. Holding the form helps us to deepen our awakening. As John mentioned, practicing online is a new phenomena. And so establishing an online practice form has some challenges that we don't have when meeting in person. So we wanted to take a few moments during our celebration today to highlight and serve as a reminder about the practice form that we ask each of you to adopt if you're going to practice with us. And you're all doing it so beautifully already. It's important, though, to notice we practice with a specific form to support our awakening. The form is our agreement to awaken together. So our primary practice form is holding silence. So let's talk about entering the Zendo when you arrive each day. The Zoomdo is open at 6:30 Pacific time every morning except Saturday, which is our lazy day. So some of us log on into Morning Light as early as 15 minutes before practice. There were several of us that used to arrive at least 30 minutes before practice. Just want you to know the Zoomdo is open and you're welcome to come anytime after 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So another thing I'd invite is please arrive no later than 5 minutes before meditation starts so that you can adjust your seat and settle and be ready to begin practice promptly at the top of the hour. I just tell you that for people that are popping in right at 7 or just right almost at 7 or just before or just after, that can be really distracting for the practice leaders to see folks popping up. So please, for your own practice, come at least 5 minutes early and settle and breathe and have the sips of your coffee or tea. So please enter in silence, just as you would if you were practicing in one of the meditation halls at Plum Village or Deer Park. And I invite you to think of it this way. Enter as if Tai himself and the Buddha were sitting here waiting for you. So enter in reverence. When you enter, please make sure you are muted. One way we hold silence is by not using the chat once the Zoomdo is open until after we share the merit at the end of our practice. So We wouldn't enter one of the meditation halls in person talking or chatting with friends. So please, as happy as we are to see each other in the morning, please just refrain from using the chat. The chat's there for the practice leaders. Sometimes every morning there's two practice leaders, one that is a host and one that is a co-host. And those people sometimes need to chat with each other about technical things. One of the things that's a challenge is all the technical issues of doing this online. So we have 15 practice leaders. And every day there's a primary practice leader who hosts the meeting, as I said. And our intention each morning is to offer clear, simple guidance in the form of an invitation. Each morning one of us brings forward an invitation that is alive for us in our own practice, because we found that if we offer what is alive for us, it often results in a practice session that is alive for you. So our intention is to invite you into deep meditation, not to invite you to think. So we use as few words as possible to invite you into meditation. So I ask you, please, once the bells ring, the 3 bells to start meditation, please just be still. Picking up and drinking our tea is a distraction. Just be still. Our fur family is an exception. I want to give this exception. So our fur family members, we love having them. We love having them. And if they climb into your lap, go ahead and pet them. That is a meditation. That is not a distraction to have our fur buddies with us. So after meditation, when we invite people to share what's alive for you, please don't just thank the practice leader. Say, oh, that was just what I needed. Say what it was. That was the doorway to your awakening this morning. Instead of just telling, that was perfect for me. Why was it perfect? Tell us how it was perfect. You've set aside this time each morning. So as my teacher always used to say, don't waste a moment on your cushion. Have a practice, whether it's awareness of breathing or counting your breaths or awareness of sound, whatever your practice diligently through your whole sit. Now, one thing I want to mention is that it is our express intention that we are a diverse and inclusive Sangha. So we invite you into the awareness that we intend to create a safe space, a safe harbor for everyone who comes to practice with us. So we invite our Caucasian friends to be aware of our BIPOC friends who make us their family, who join us as part of our Sangha community and interact with us in trust. Notice that our Black, Indigenous, and other people of color are trusting us to be mindful that they haven't always found safety, acceptance, and welcome in primarily white spaces. Notice when they try to bow in, especially when a white person bows in at the same time. Let's remember to bring the conversation back to them, to allow them space to bow. So showing up and practicing together, it's our agreement with one another to practice using these forms. The 10th mindfulness training of the Order of Interbeing says the essence of and aim of the Sangha is the practice of understanding and compassion. So personally, in my experience, I've found that the essence and aim of the Sangha is to inspire us to awaken, both individually and collectively. I'm here to wake up. I'm here to wake up with you. John and I are here with the intention of supporting your awakening by inviting practice leaders, these wonderful 15 people that are our serviceship team who will provide daily invitations that will inspire you to practice deeply and wake up utterly. So thank you for waking up with me. Thank you for helping me to wake up. I cherish and love you all. So let's spend the remainder of our time together. Hopefully many people can stay. Please bow in and say in 2 or 3 sentences what practicing with this Sangha has meant for your own path to awakening. There's lots of us here, so please go to Essence, and we'll use our Dharma sharing practice form of bowing in, and then go to Essence and share what this Sangha means to you. Again, we're so happy that you're here with us. So happy to be with you. Please bow in and share.
Wendy bowing in from Massachusetts. I have to say that the meditation in the Sangha is so powerful. And I've meditated with other Sanghas, and you all just kind of pull me in. I don't even have to try. I can just sit down, close my eyes, and it's like being on a people mover. That's all I can describe it as. It's the most amazing thing. And I thank you all so much for it. Wendy bowing out.
Rita bowing in. The Sangha is really giving me consistency, which I tend to lack sometimes. A sense of commitment that I've made to myself and to the group to be here as much as possible and to really make this the way my day starts. And it helps my day start so much better. So thanks for going out.
Erin bowing in from Canada. It has been such I have so much gratitude for this Sangha, and there's such a heartfelt sense that it has, I think I would call it good medicine, and has helped with a lot of healing for myself and has deepened my awakening. And so I'm so thankful, and it's so wonderful to meet with people who, with a Sangha filled with so much joy and so much love. So thank you. Thank you.
Sand bowing in. 3 years full of Tides transition, fires, record-breaking snow, continuation days, COVID, no more COVID, more COVID. Lots been going on. It's been a time of great upheaval for me anyway, and having a morning constant has been necessary. And I thank you all. Zan bowing out.
This is George bowing in from North Idaho. I want to thank the Sangha. I have found uniquely that the pandemic has broadened my connection to my fellow humans on this planet and my fellow living creatures. And I think of all of you throughout the week, and just when I remember your faces or your names, it's just the thought that I'm connected to other people. And that is a great comfort and a feeling, and I don't have words to express this enough to say thank you. George bowing out.
Gabriella bowing in. I love the sharing of your spiritual friendship, Michael and Jonathan. And that's how I feel about you. You're all my spiritual friends who support me in my growth and through my suffering. And I'm very grateful for that. Gabriella bowing out.
Lester bowing in. It's wonderful to be here, beloved Sangha. I'm really coffee, so I'm going to I'll put something in the chat now.
Judith bowing in. Well, morning light song has become such a big part of my life. It's hard to find words to wrap around it, but I feel so grateful to Michael and Jonathan to bring us into this group. And for the first couple of years, I was here every day, and now I have some conflicts with time, but it's just been an anchor and such a joy because of being retired and not in a work routine and the pandemic. I can't imagine what it would have been like without looking forward to going to morning light every morning. It just has been a huge gift. I can't tell you how much it's meant. Thank you so much.
Sylvie bowing in. Just want to share my gratitude to John and Michael and all my Sangha siblings for creating this space, this wonderful space for me to come and practice every day. And having a community really helped me when I cannot practice alone. The combined energy that you all give out, the wisdom and your commitment always encouraged me to be more consistent and helped me when I was suffering deeply. So my gratitude to each and every one of you here.
This is Ron bowing in. This Sangha just gives me a sense of community and the fabric of the community that rings more true to me than all that I see in the news and all the difficulties that we're told we're having as a world right now. To see this goodness and each of you and getting to know each of you is just so special to me. Thank you.
Dear Thai, dear Sangha, dear
Sue, you're muted.
I'm so I unmuted and quickly remuted, I guess. Sorry. Thank you. So dear Thai, dear Sangha, dear Jonathan, John, and Mike, you are such beautiful gifts to my life and to my morning. And most people have said so much of what's on my heart, but I have felt so much gratitude to be part of this Sangha and to be able to hold it in the ways that we've been able to hold it collectively to support the two beautiful founders, the inclusivity, the sharing, the depth of our practice, and the beauty of the faces and the community that we have just been such a blessing in my life. And to know every morning to get up and not just practice, but to practice with all of you is such a nourishing, as Tai says, we can't really ever do it alone. We have to have a Sangha. And this is, for me, just a beautiful example of what he meant by that and what he wants us to have is community to practice together. So I've enjoyed getting to know all of you. I have the beginning sharing, the beginning mind, as well as all the depth of practice and everything in between. I'm just so grateful. Sue, bowing out.
Kathy Bowing, dear friends, dear Sangha, thank you for being my anchor, my guiding light, my comfort, my joy. I love you all. Kathy bowing out.
Mark bowing in. Dear Sangha, I would just like to thank you for being here. I've only been practicing with the Sangha for 2 months. I've been meditating for a few years. However, inconsistently, especially in the morning, I've often had the intention to practice, but it's always been inconsistent until I found Morning Light Sangha, and it's really deepened my practice and my awakening, along with Allie here. She enjoys the practice too. So we both thank you. Mark bowing out and Allie.
Missy and Kai bowing in. Today is my second anniversary, and I would like to thank everybody and acknowledge Lindsay, who brought me in when I was going through a really hard time, and he said, "This is your chance to work on your Buddha nature." So I have two chances, this Buddha nature and all of you. So I'm very, very grateful. Missy bowing out and Kai.
Monica bowing in. Dear Thai, dear Sangha. What I find here is And this is what I read in the Heart of the Buddhist Teaching, the definition of, or one of the books, the definition of true love. Loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity or inclusivity is what I feel here, what I find here every day. And I've been practicing here. I'm not exactly sure how long, maybe 6 months, maybe longer. But this has just become such a grounding part of my practice. Even though I was pretty regular with my meditation, I just find this one much, much more powerful. And I got my invitation to this meeting indirectly through Ron Forster. And I was looking to deepen my practice because I just became an aspirant for the Order of Inner Being, about a year ago. And I was thinking, how can I deepen my practice? And this invitation fell into my lap. And it's just been so, so beautiful. You're all such a wonderful inspiration. And I'm excited about being able to contribute to this, to the running of this community or practice in the future. Monica, bowing out.
Nancy, bowing in. Oh, how to express such gratitude. I think I've been coming for about a year and somehow found it about a year ago. I think from a message that Jonathan sent out, maybe to Anacortes Sangha. Anyway, it has meant so much to me to be able to come every morning, to see all of your wonderful faces, the consistency of you being here. Your commitment has helped me with my commitment. I can count on getting a little bit of wisdom every morning from you practice teachers, practice starters. And I think about it all day. I think about it days later. Each of these little gems has helped me. And then I find that at the end, when our sharing time comes, there's more wisdom and joy from each of you as you speak. And it means so much to me. And to know that it's going to continue and I can come, not tomorrow, but Sunday and the rest of the days, and know you'll be here. I cannot tell you, it is so valuable to me. I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you. And I have to go to a meeting now. I have to say goodbye, but thank you all so much. Much love to you all in our joys and our sufferings together. Nancy, bowing out.
James, bowing in. Thank you, everyone. And I've been coming to this practice with you all for 15 months now. It's hard to believe. And it coincided with retirement. So now I'm free in a way. And I'm very happy to continue to be free with you. And I still do some volunteering in the community. And I think this practice helps support that volunteering, just like it helped support my work in the past too. So thank you, thank you. So James, bowing out from Canada.
Mimi, bowing in. I believe I've been coming to this group for 2.5 years now. And it caught me really at the very, very beginning of my practice. So it truly helped me establish a practice and experience how you guys have all established your practices has inspired me. Certainly the wisdom that comes out of this group is phenomenal, but more importantly is the love that comes out of this group. And I feel it from everybody who speaks, and it feels so heartfelt that it really is, it has inspired me for 2.5 years, and I hope it continues forever because I'll be here. I need it. Thank you, Mimi bowing out.
Hi, bowing in from North Idaho, and I need to thank Mimi for inviting us. I'm new to studying the works of Thai and to Buddhism, and I find so much peace here and love and hope. It's nourishing, and I'm not a morning person, but I value the chance to ground and establish the practice with people with so much experience and wisdom. So I'm working to change my pattern to join you. I'm so grateful. Thank you for inviting us. I love you.
Debbie bowing in. Dear Thai, dear Sangha, thank you so much. Gratitude has been a big part of my practice for maybe the last year or so. And I think it comes from gratitude for this Sangha. From the time I fall out of bed in the morning and throw water on my face and come sit down. This Sangha has meant everything to me. And I don't know, the words just aren't there. Just so much gratitude. Thank you so much. Debbie bowing out.
This is Louise bowing in. Dear Thai, dear Sangha, dear friends and dear teachers, thank you so much for your presence in this Sangha. I just want to share my deep gratitude for your consistency in practice and for helping me be a little somewhat more consistent in mine. Yeah, it's truly a joy to be able to come together from so many different places, which I've personally experienced myself, like joining from different places from the two ends of this continent that I'm on. Thank you so much. Louise bowing out. Oh, and signing off. Thank you so much.
Dear Thai, this is Angela. Angela bowing in. Dear Thai, dear Sangha. I'm so grateful to this group. It's given me just such balance in my life and consistency in my practice and deepening my practice. And it's given me so much hope, knowing that in this world where there's so much suffering going on, that you are all out there and just radiating out hope and joy in all the different places that you are. So I just have so much gratitude for this practice and this Sangha, and our leaders. Thank you. Angela bowing out.
Christina bowing in. I have had some real challenges the last 3 years, probably the most challenging 3 years of my life. And many of those challenges have made it very difficult for me to do sitting meditation after actually having been a regular meditator for many years before that. But I have occasionally been here, and knowing that you are here has been a great support for me. And John and Mike, I met you both in my beginning of my practice, and you all have been an endless source of love, joy, inspiration. You've been great teachers to me, and I will always treasure you and treasure your friendship. And you all have given me more than probably you'll ever be able to understand. It's just been wonderful to have you in my life. And I'm really looking forward to being more consistent in practice and being here. So thank you so much to everyone. And thank you to you all, my teachers. Christina bowing out.
This is
Erica
Diane.
bowing. Erica bowing in. Dear Ty, dear Sangha, I started with the Anna Curtis Mindfulness Community. Boy, when they started, I don't even remember what year that was. And it has been the biggest transformational shift, I think, in my life, and it's put me on this healing trajectory. I feel like with the world, where the last 3 years have probably been the most difficult for me too, on many different levels, and this has been my anchor. I feel like I have pulled away from. I mean, I love the Anna Curtis Mindfulness community, all of them, and it. But I have, because of my own health issues and what I have been going through, I haven't been able to make it. And this has been my lifeline, I feel like. Ironically, yesterday I saw a new established new patient status with a new neurologist, and he asked me if I was practicing my deep breathing and mindfulness, and I said, yeah. Ironically, I'm a certified yoga instructor, but I've been dealing with all these all these things and stress, and so. And with this movement disorder, I've been very shy to be on camera and to speak up. And you guys have given me the strength and the courage and the grace to go out in the world and accept myself just the way I am, and everything else the way it is. And again, I'm beyond words there, and I wasn't even sure what I was going to say. So from my heart to yours, and with everything I have, I'll bow out now. Thank you.
Michael bowing in. It is the top of the hour, and so we'd like to bring things to a close for now. But who'd have thunk we could be so intimate this way? Remember 3 years ago when we started this, like it just seemed crazy, like, oh, I can't do this online. And look how deeply our friendships have blossomed. You know, it's just beautiful what has happened for us. And when we started this, John and I thought, this will go for a couple of weeks. So here we are. It's just amazing. John, did you want to say anything else? I wanted to say thank you to each of the serviceship group members. Thank you so much for the insight and wisdom that you bring each day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've heard what people have said about the offerings and the invitations that you bring. So thank you to each of you. You are just the light of our lives. Thank you.
Yeah, and building on that, I just want to end by saying, you know, one of the things that Mike and I have been experiencing is a lot of fatigue. And so hearing all of you speak about what this means to you, you just filled my cup, because, you know, it feels like sometimes we're doing a lot in the world and we don't get to see the results of it. So being able to see the results of this, to hear, is just beyond wonderful. So thank you all. Thank you.
So could everyone unmute? May
the memories of this practice increase all beings and peace. Thank you, Sangha.
Thank you,
Sangha.
Happy celebration.
Happy
Celebration.
Lester, I love the artwork. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Sorry, Diana.
Congratulations, everyone.
Nice. Thank you, Master.
I'm missing me.
Thanks, everyone. Community.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love to all.
Isn't it great to be us?
Well, everybody else is taken.
You know, all through the pandemic, I would come out. Some of us would stay on for a couple of hours when we first started. We'd be here for hours, and I would come out and join the rest of my family, and I would just be so elated and happy, and they were all in the pandemic, and I was like, this could go on forever for me. This is lovely.